I have been, good morning, by the way, a little chit chat off the cuff, sort of unscripted, but not totally unscripted. On January 26th, a few days ago, I wanted to tell you about one of my heroes. Her name is Bessie Coleman. But of course, it slipped my mind. After all, I'm pretty old, and that's what happened to old people. Their memories, you know? But anyway, if I should ever mention the name Bessie Coleman, would you know who that is? Well, she was a hero of mine, and I'll tell a little bit more about her. But last night I was laying in bed thinking about all the role models that I've had, especially within my own family. You know, my cousin Barry, for example. Barry was about my height, as I recall, and he was my hero because he was a heavy equipment operator. He could operate anything. I saw him as a hero. Graders, bulldozers, all of those things. And here I am around 6 or 7 years old, and Barry is my hero. Another family member that was a hero, and only because of technology. My cousin Rupert was the first person that I knew of to have a gold watch with a built-in alarm. And I thought, oh my God, can you imagine that? But that was Rupert. And of course, I have mentioned Vincent quite often because Vincent was the one who taught me how to hunt birds, how to make a slingshot, and Vincent was very instrumental in helping my Aunt Nez become the millionaire that she was. But those are just three of the people that were heroes of mine, three of many that were heroes of mine when I was growing up. Now, Bessie Coleman, later on when I joined the Navy, I became a photographer, and that was a story of itself. But here I was a photographer, and back then, when you were a photographer, you were a part of naval aviation. And of course, one of my regrets in life is that I did not get a private pilot's license. Perhaps in my next lifetime I will. But I came across Bessie Coleman because she is sort of not even mentioned in American history books, but she ought to have been. If I say Amelia Earhart, everybody will raise their hand and says, yes, of course. She was an American pilot and a hero. She tried to circumnavigate the world, and she was not successful at that, and that was so unfortunate. And I admire what Amelia Earhart did, but in the process, I also admire an unknown, Bessie Coleman. Actually, her name was Elizabeth Coleman, and America would deny her pilot's license because she was half African American and half Native American, and so she was denied a lot of opportunities. France, on the other hand, opened up their doors to her, and she became a pilot while in France. But of course, America is her home, so she came back here. She could not find employment as a pilot. No one would hire her because she was black. So she would do stunt piloting things, and that's how she made her living in air shows back then, as a stunt pilot. But her goal was to open up a pilot school, especially for women and minorities. Unfortunately, on April 30th, 1926, she died in a plane crash at age 34. But now you know, Bessie Coleman, American aviator, as some people would say, American aviatrix. But I don't like to do that. I don't like to genderize. After all, we don't say teacheress or doctoress or any of that. You're a teacher, you're a doctor, you're an architect, without adding the gender. So to me, she was, in my opinion, my hero, Bessie Coleman.